Hey, what's good everyone? I've been trying to find an MX 180 OG in the Ultramarine colorway for a while now, but to no avail. But as time goes on and sneakers drop, these here drop past Saturday on the SNKRS app, and as you can see, I've been successful grabbing one of these. And this is the Nike MX 180 Berlin. And we're gonna take a close look at these one today in a couple seconds, so stay tuned. So the Nike MX 180 Berlin is referring to the techno era of that time in Berlin. And Berlin used to be, or still is today, the capital of techno, in Germany, and I think even Europe. And back then it definitely had been the techno capital of Europe. A lot of wild, crazy parties going on at the time, and just remember the Love Parade, for example. I think where at one time there were over 1 million people attending that party. It was never a party, it was a demonstration for freedom and unity. And you can also find these claims here on the box, which is a very crazy box because it has these bass wave patterns on it, and if you shake it around a little, it might appear a little bit hypnotic on your monitor. But this is a very nice box. Also neon colors here, and of course representative for these times are the neon colors, which are the most apparent here on the shoe. You have this neon yellow and green on the tongue, on the toe box, and on the side panels here underneath the mesh. And then of course the very bright and vivid neon red heel tab here. And just as on the box, you can see these wave patterns, music wave or bass wave patterns on these materials as well, which I think is a very nice detail. And which also is a very nice detail is the structure of the mesh, because this is not a plastic mesh. If you look real close, this is a mesh made out of metal wire. And I think this is an awesome detail, especially thinking that at that time a lot of the techno parties were very industrial, and this is something that they have picked up on this shoe. You can also, this is a very rare choice of materials. What I can remember is Asics has done this with their 25th anniversary pack for bait with black fish leather on it. And the other one was also a bait, Jelly 3, the bait with a camo design, which also had a mesh wire all around the shoe. So very unusual. All in all, I was expecting materials as on the Huarachi Quick Strike that they had released last year on a couple of colorways, or a couple of retro colorways. And these had a pretty thin cut leather with, on the first look, which was pretty good, but on the second look I think was more like a vinyl coating on a cheaper or on a thin leather. It felt nice and all, and but I think in detail it was not as good as it first appeared. So when I pulled these out of the box, I was completely surprised that these are completely different, because I was expecting the same. This one has a very thick leather cut on it with a very nice quality, and it does really feel like leather. It is also a little bit tumbled, as you can see, and all in all, very pleasantly surprised by that. And also very thick leather cut here on the swoosh. Also some little tumbled structure on both sides. And I think they really put a lot of detail into the shoe. By the choice of colors here, also the material on the heel cup. This is a vinyl. And if you go back to the time, a lot of people going to the parties were wearing stuff out of latex and vinyl and plastic, like gas masks and rubber boots or rubber coats and stuff like that. So they have picked up this kind of stuff and the design of the shoe, which I think is a very, very nice detail. Another very nice detail is the outsole, because they have put a translucent bottom, and one of them says freedom and the other one says unity. So both claims used from back in the era for the Love Parade, I think, and for a lot of parties. And I think this really looks dope. So again, they put a lot of thought in the design of the shoe, which is a real nice surprise. Sizing wise, I went with my true size, and I have to say these fit absolutely true to size. So if you go with the usual Nike sizing, you should be perfectly fine. Well, so much for the choice of colors and materials on this shoe. Execution wise, quality wise, I think that's a completely different story. I mean, Nike had the chance to create something great, but in quality control and execution, it's just, again, pretty much a fail on my pair. There are glue stains throughout the shoe, especially in the front, as you can see right there, wrapping around the midsole, also on the inside here of the shoe, as you can see there. And I think if you can see that, the camera is able to pick that up, you can see that someone is trying to bridge a gap here where no leather is with some glue. I think that's completely unacceptable. Glue stains continue on the other shoe here. One's complete around the shoe, also on the inside. Then we have glue stain right underneath the mesh about here. And you can also see some smudge on top because somebody tried to wipe it away in the factory and then just push it deeper underneath the mesh. It's very hard to get out of there, so not good at all. And another thing is shape of the toe box is, again, I mean, the shape of the 180 is not the best to begin with. It's pretty boxy, but then the right one is even more boxy, more edgy than the left one. I can't imagine that it's hard to shape a shoe on the toe box if you have this wire mesh underneath, but still I think you should at least be able to get them close to each other in shape. Maybe you can reshape these, but why should I be reshaping shoes if it's your job to produce a shoe that has a good shape? So am I gonna keep these? No, probably not, because I'm probably gonna send these back for the reason, yes, I could be selling them because they go for crazy money right now, even though most of them are in between 200 and 250 euros. I've seen this size here, 12.5, go for 450 on StockX. But I think with flaws this apparent, it would be an asshole move to sell these to anyone, even for retail, unless you tell them, of course, about the flaws, which I would always do, and if someone decides to take them anyways. But still, I don't feel well passing this on to someone if a shoe is in a condition like this. So these will be going back. But even though I do like it, I don't think I would have kept it even without the glue marks and everything like that, because I think this shoe is a little too loud for me. It would be hard wearing anything with it because these are so loud. You have to dress completely down, either black or black and white, something that's very neutral, because these do a lot of talking. So not real for me. If you like them, like the colorway, you cannot go wrong with the choice of materials here. These are very, very nice, and all in all, they look good, but make sure you find a pair that's in a good condition. And I would advise you not to pay resale for these. These are not worth it. Actually, no shoe is worth it to pay resale. Buy a shoe that you like, that you're completely satisfied with. Otherwise, you can invest your money in another shoe that's coming out next week, because they're releasing so much stuff that it's not worth getting something that's subpar. So that's my advice for you. I hope you liked the review, and I hope I'm going to see you next time again. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my videos. I hope I'm going to see you next time again. Until then, bye-bye.